Okay, last and most important, here are your check and X cards. The check card pauses the game so that you can check in with your fellow players to see how they are feeling. And the X card is a hard stop. If something in game upsets you, you can play your X card and we remove whatever it is from the game. No questions asked. Is this fantasy? I think it can be anything we want, but I want to do a sci-fi futuristic story. That sounds amazing. Works for me. Everyone ready to play? We look at each other and nod in unison. Start of a new era. Characters ready? I'm Mock, an infamous. I used to work for a freelance surveillance group, but now I'm a bouncer at the Wilden Club, a local community nightclub. Wow, how do you pronounce that? Kaylee? I'm gonna say Kaylee. I'm Kaylee, a formerly famous singer. I'm wearing a sparkly gown with an updo full of gems, enough to be a light source. Cool. I had a one-hit wonder about an ex of mine. Which ex? Nobody knows, and I'm not telling. I look over my sheet. I wonder what they'll think. I'm a seeker. I come from a traditional society in the colonies and have since grown distant from my upbringing. I only just arrived last week, so I'm dressed more muted and a little old-fashioned, but eager to see what the world has to offer. Jessica smiles, mumbling. I thought you might play that. Really? Why? I thought it would be fun for you because you love dressing up in real life, and I know you wanted to try playing against your normal, you know. She rolls her pencil between her fingers, avoiding my eyes. I'm sure you'll do great. Thank you. Oh, and my name is Vala. Beautiful. Yeah, Sophia, that sounds like a great backstory. You're supporting me, that's great. Yes. Thank you. He tugs a few beard hairs. Sorry that I didn't handle last week well. That was childish of me. Thank you for apologizing. I'm sure we can figure all this out. I'm really happy we started a new game. It feels like we're all friends again. So, how do we begin? Jessica clears her throat and turns to the next page in her notebook. Sit back and listen a while. In a city that's seen its golden age and watched it disappear, a small bastion of joy remains. Surrounded by buildings with blinking signs, sits a hole in the wall only a local could love. Muffled sounds of music emanate from the old iron-barred doors when they creak open to let someone pass through. I close my eyes and picture it. Jess is such a good storyteller. She makes it so easy. Inside the simple interior lies the life of the neighborhood. An adult's playground, games and karaoke, with vibrant music, a lively crowd, and delicious food. Singing at the moment is a beautiful diva, oddly familiar and terribly talented. Her voice echoes through the room, but no one seems to pay attention. Watching the door is a tall, tough-looking bouncer with glowing cybernetic eyes. Wei, would you like to describe Mark? I'm dressed in a leather-studded jacket, ripped jeans, and fingerless gloves. The studs also glow in the nightclub neon light. My stance and demeanor is serious, but I nod my head with the beat of the music and a smirk across my face. Sitting at a small table in the back corner, poring over a song selection book, is a seeker debating whether or not to take a turn. Her friends surround her, all loudly making suggestions. Yes, I'm dressed in a simple farming linen dress, my mid-length hair tied into a braid. My face is clean and I look well scrubbed. The bright mood is dulled slightly when a thin man walks in. He scrutinizes the room as the crowd takes note of him. His cybernetic eyes narrow as he gazes across the now muted crowd. What do you do? Kaylee continues to sing, although a bit quieter than she was before. I'll keep an eye on this person. Do I recognize them? Although they are unfamiliar to you, you recognize the pin on their jacket. Wei writes a few sentences into his notebook, his pencil scratching satisfyingly against the paper. Okay, cool. This lanky man approaches who you all know as the manager, August, a middle-aged person with short hair and a very dapper ascot. Side note, August has a cybernetic arm which they use as a touchscreen to enter in inventory and notes for the business. I start to move toward them. August looks at you and shakes their head, almost telling you not to approach. After a few minutes, the man shoves August. Hell, what's gonna happen? I approach the pair, microphone in hand. Damn. Excuse me, you there. It's a sin to spoil the crack of a gathering. You're a stain on the vibe. The man looks you up and down and scoffs. And who are you to speak to me like that? That he has been in an equally dilapidated establishment. Pitiful queen of a pitiful stage, and he spits at your feet. Wow, that's rough. I step between them and the stage, locking eyes with him. Whatever business you have here, I'm sure you got your point across. Leave. The man snorts in and hawks. A big, wet sound. Waste of talent. He points to his glowing eye and looks at you. And I don't mean the has-been. So rude. He pushes past Mark, leaving the door open behind him. August shakes their head sadly. They come up to you and say, "Don't mind him. It seems the local lord of the estate, Barnabas Bastley, has decided to raise the rent again, but the club has already been paying more than we should. There's just nothing I can do to fight it. Pardon me, I couldn't help but overhear. Back at my colony, things worked a bit different. People who were worthy of power were in power. You couldn't just abuse it and extort someone. You must be a long way from home. That sounds like a fairy tale. Doesn't make it right. We should stand up against it. August nods and rubs their beard. Maybe there is something you can do. See, Barnabas does this to drive out businesses he feels are losing him money. He believes we aren't a good enough establishment for his block. If we can prove that the Wilden Club is a boon, he may leave us alone, at least for a while. The Wilden Club is home. We have to do something. I agree with... What did you say your name was? Oh, I didn't. Hello, I'm Vala. Nice to meet you. Mark, bouncer extraordinaire. Kaylee, charmed, I'm sure. August, but you all knew that. Okay. If you three think you can pull something off, I'll even make the deal sweeter. Free drinks for life, free lodging. I'll pay 300 credits to each of your accounts. Damn, that's a sweet deal. Take it. They pour themselves a drink and nod to the bartender, who pours you each a drink as well. I just want to run my business in peace, so anything you can do, just do it. You got it, boss, but I'll have to take the next stretch off until this is done. You got it. Don't expect to be paid during your time off, though. I've been in this quadrant for eons. I know a few people who might help us. Count me in. It would go against my moral code to not help someone in need. Must make my mama proud. I turn to them and say, August, your establishment is safe in our hands. This already feels better than last week. I'm back in my element. So, how do we do this? I think we should go to speak to Barnabas directly. He lives in the big house in the main square. It's heavily guarded. So maybe a more stealthy approach would be better? I think Kelly's right, stealth is key, Mark is right, direct and straightforward. Stealthily or direct? I think I made a character who is more direct than stealthy, so I'm gonna go with direct and straightforward option. Barnabas seems like a tough nut to crack. I agree with Mark. Direct is better. Okay, so you arrive at the big house. The tower in front of you is faced with some kind of black stone. It has large gold letters over the entrance that say, Vastly. I'm going to walk through the front doors like I own the place. Really? Trust me. Mark, you've been here before. You have an idea of the general layout. Walking around with an air of confidence, people look at you with curiosity, but nobody stops you. The main foyer of the building is very clean and professional. Fake exotic plants adorn every table. As you approach the center of the big house, you find yourself at an elevator. I open it and walk in. Okay, you enter the elevator and it closes with a chime. The buttons are listed 1 through 8. I press the 4 button. Why 4? Bid shrugs. Feels right. The elevator chimes and doors open to 4 guards, sitting around a small table playing cards. I walk up to them and say, I'm here with the Scryer surveillance team. If you know what's good for you, you'll grant me access. They stand up in unison, sizing you up. One of them says, I was winning that round. You're gonna pay for interrupting our game. Just what can I do again? You can roll to fight and use daring. Okay, let's go. 12. Nice success. Your cutting words and intimidating looks get to them, your eye glows informing them of your previous skills. The one you were talking to backs down a little as you take one of his cards off the table. Vala and Kaylee walk toward the elevator and press the call button. As you examine the ace you picked up, you chuckle and say, now I'm winning. But you see that they are extremely frightened of you. You gain the condition guilty. What does that mean? You have a negative 2 to the ability emotional support. The 3 of you go back into the elevator. I press the 7th button. Why 7? Bid pantomimes fluffing her updo. When you're as beautiful as I am, things just work out for you. The elevator chimes and plays a tune. Once completed, it cheerfully says, Welcome home, Mr. Bastley. You see plush carpet, golden vases, and a 10-foot door. Let's go in. You push open the heavy ornate doors in front of you. You've never seen such a gross display of wealth. A large studded leather chair is turned to overlook the glimmering lights of the city, perfectly framed by the room's floor-to-ceiling windows. As the door creaks open, the chair swivels to reveal a very robust man in a red velvet robe, sipping what you can only imagine is the most expensive glass of sparkling water. Does he have a goatee too? Well, he does now. He strokes that goatee and says, Oh, this serves my evening bubbly. Well, handsome, we heard that you're the generous person to visit. We need to discuss certain delicate matters. Do you know who I am? You look like the singer Lady Kaylee if we'll let her out in space too long. Wow! What a rude remark. Well, aren't you pleasant? Listen here, you're bullying a fine establishment, the Wilden Club. I'm gonna need you to stop. Let me think. No, I don't think I will. The Wilden Club is gonna be around forever. We've been here before you and we'll be here long after you. Bold words from a person begging for mercy. Sir, you must understand, community is the most important part of any sector, and the Wilden Club is the heart of this quadrant. He stands up and saunters over to you, his bunny slippers squeaking with every step until he's in your face. Oh, honey, you seem like you're not from around here, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. This isn't how business works. Your little club might mean something to you, but that does not mean it actually has value. Listen, sweetheart, who do you think you are coming into my abode looking like that? You even smell of colony. What would you know about business or the real world? Look at you, trying to be something you're not. How loathsome. This feels too real. Maybe next time send someone who knows what they're talking about before you dare step foot into my domain. My chest tightens. I feel like a boa constrictor is wrapping itself around me, getting tighter with every exhale. We know exactly what we're talking about. What do you know of life in this quadrant? Just what do we know about him? You know that he wasn't born here and that he's from a very wealthy legacy family. I feel dizzy. Is it possible that Vala knows his hometown? Possibly. Vala or Roll? What do they want me to do? My ears feel like they're underwater. Vala? Sophia. Wei throws down his jack card in the center, almost in a frenzy. I wish to play my check card. It isn't a trap card, Wei. We all see what's going on. Sophia, sweetie, we're concerned. You don't look so good. Do you need a snack? I can't breathe. I don't want to cry in front of everyone. This is already embarrassing enough. How about we take a break and have some water? Do you want to tell us what's going on? Sophia, you're scaring me. Say something. And my options are: say it's nothing, tell them what Barnabas said upset me, say I'm not feeling well. I'm not gonna choose the option it's nothing. Time to be honest. So I'm left with these two options. I'm gonna go with tell them what Barnabas said upset me. I feel so silly, but they're my friends, they'll understand, right? See, I know it's just a game, and Jess, you didn't do anything wrong. Me? Did I say something? What did I do? No, you didn't. That's what I just said. You're upset because I didn't do anything wrong? No, I... Jessica let her gather her thoughts. Okay, I don't really know why, and I can't really explain it, but Barnabas really upset me. They're staring at me. We nods and gestures as if to say, go on. I swallow down the urge to cry. Explain how you feel to us. Which part upset you? We can't read your mind, Soph. I'm sorry that I upset you, but I'm lost. You have to spell it out for me. I press my palms against my eyes. Fine, okay. Yeah. I stare at the ceiling. Where do I start? How do I explain how I feel to a group of people that never have to consider or think about the things that upset me daily? I know that all of you love me, and I know that none of you wish me harm. But life, for me, it's complicated and sometimes upsetting. And Barnabas, you know that guy who broke Banshee Bash? I remember you mentioning him. Banshee Bash? Is that another tabletop game? No, it's an arcade cabinet. What about it? This guy broke it a month ago and has been harassing us ever since. Have you considered killing him? Jessica, Sophia's upset. So am I. Where is he? I'll do it for you. Jessica. Fine, so this guy is upset the game is broken. What of it? Did Barnabas remind you of him? Kinda. But it's more than that. Barnabas reminded me of how that guy makes me feel. Small, scared, he even called me loathsome. How was I supposed to know not to use the word loathsome? It's a good word. Now, Jessica, Sophia is not asking us not to use the word loathsome. She's explaining how she feels. Let's try not to let our gut reaction muddy the water. Yes? I tug at my hair. Like I said, you didn't do anything wrong. All I try to do is to exist in a way that won't rock the boat. In a balance where I still feel like I'm expressing myself, but not in a way that brings unwanted attention. I wish I could proudly shout out who I am, that I'm a Chinese American trans woman who loves gaming and spicy snacks and flamingos and mechanics, and that might seem simple to you, but it's terrifying for me. I don't know how to be all the things I am without excluding or confusing the other things I am. I don't know how to just exist. So the reason why I'm not commenting that much the events happening in this game is that I want to give Sophia space to talk, because if I do that we will all learn more. At least that is how I feel. And it's okay if you don't understand. I don't need you to understand. But I need you to accept that it is hard and a very real thing I have to deal with. I don't know when I started shaking, but I'm hyper aware of it now. Bit puts her hand over mine. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sophia. I believe you. It sounds hard. I didn't mean to... not that it's about me. I don't know what to say. Soph, I'm sorry. He scratches his elbow and rubs his eyebrows. I guess I thought because you seem so sure of who you are, I thought you were okay. I didn't know. I want to be supportive. You're my baby sister. I'd do anything for you. These socks, they look so miserable. Look, I don't want this. I want us all to have fun and feel good. I don't want to be a killjoy. You're not a killjoy, Sophia. Soph, I know that I don't know everything, but I kinda get it. I didn't know if my parents were going to accept me when I told them I like girls. I was scared they'd stop loving me. But I also know that screaming about lesbians is so fun. Being obnoxiously out and proud is so fun. At least for me. What if you put a trans flag on the wall? And what if it was okay for you to be however feels best, even if it isn't the ideal version society tells us to be? What if you being sweet, awkward, and great with a toolbox is exactly the kind of woman you are? And what if that sweet woman insisted, in her own way, that people treat her with the kindness she shows to everyone else? You'll never be everyone's cup of tea, because not everyone likes tea.
It's true, or they have terrible taste in tea. I was once gifted this set of you know what story for another time.
From where I'm standing, you look like the most confident, secure, beautiful woman. But none of that matters if you're hurting, so what do you need to feel confident? I have the most amazing friends. I wipe my eyes and smile. You know what? You've given me an idea. Great, what is it? I'll explain later. Okay, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. I feel raw, but in a good way. We collect our things and help Wei close up for the night. Wei and Bid chat quietly on the bus ride home beside me. I, on the other hand, spill my heart into my notebook. I spent the whole night writing out who I am, who I want to be, and what's important to me. A code to live by, like I was one of my RPG characters. Even made myself a stat sheet. I arrived at screen time this morning at 7 AM to jumpstart my new life. Okay. First I painted a fresh lick of paint. That's so good. Oh, look at those colors. You go, girl, you got this. Last night I realized that in order to live by my own rules, I needed to define them. And how better to do that than a paint fume and caffeine-fueled euphoria. Wow, I love what you've done to the place. My cheeks get warm. You like it, really? Oh, definitely. Basida Abad would be proud of your expression through color. Really shifts the energy of the entire place. She walks along the wall, stopping to admire each flamingo. Dija makes everything feel so chic, like everything she touches is world-class art. I hope Wei agrees with her. Phone rings. Good morning, gamers. You've reached Screen Time Arcade. How can I make your day better? Hey, I'm calling about Banshee Bash. Here we go. I practiced for this all morning. Oh, hello. How are you today? Depends. Is it fixed? Not yet. Thank you for your pay. Figured. Of course not. Why would it be with such a lazy? I hear that you're frustrated and that you believe the game you broke isn't fixed because I'm lazy. Is that what you meant to say? Well, what I mean is that if I was running the arcade, it would have been fixed a long time ago, and if you knew anything about video games. I see. You're frustrated because the game you broke isn't fixed and you believe I don't know anything about video games. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. If you believe that this arcade is run by someone who is incompetent, why not start your own arcade or go somewhere else? Shows what you know. I don't have the time to run an arcade. But you have the time to call here every day and berate me. Be what? I don't. Sir, this arcade is a supportive environment. If you are going to conduct yourself in a way that goes against that spirit, you are not welcome here. Yes, preach, sis. Yes. Yes, thank you. Tell him. Excuse you? Are you banning me? No, not yet at least. See, if we allow you to behave that way, others might see it and think we think such behavior is acceptable, and they might feel less welcome. So, in order to keep our reputation as supportive place in our community, I must insist you either behave in a cooperative and supportive manner or find somewhere else that will tolerate your abusive behavior. Choice is yours. Damn. Yes. Go, Sophia! My heart is racing, my mouth is dry, but I feel 10 feet tall, yeah! I cannot believe that you are insulting me, a paying customer. I'm disappointed you see it that way. I'll give you a call when Banshee Bash is repaired. Until then, please have a wonderful day. Do not call again. Click. Oh, damn. Yes. Better words were never spoken. Sophia, you did it. I'm so proud of you. Good job. That felt amazing. Is this what self-respect feels like? I feel like I'm floating. I was brave and strong and protected my community. It felt so right. Hey, Soph, how's... Whoa, you painted. And I stood up to glee. You what? The Banshee Bash guy called, and he was all, blah, I'm a mean misogynist who likes making Sophia feel bad about herself. And I was like, not today. And then I told him if he can't behave like a member of the community, he's not welcome here. You didn't. I did. And the paint job? You all told me last night to put a trans flag on the wall. Yeah, we meant like the one Imani has on her register, but you know what? I love it. Yeah, love it. You did great. It feels great in here. Oh, Anna, I got you a surprise. She's at home. Wait, what? What kind of surprise? I want to know. He pulls out his phone and shows a photo of a sleepy, elderly orange and white cat. Happy birthday. Her name is Codex. She's 11 years old and missing an eye. That sounds amazing! I softly bet the phone screen. I love her. Go on home and see her. I can take it from here. Oh. Codex is the sweetest little cuddle monster I have ever met. We nap for the rest of the day until our nap becomes sleep. And the next morning, Codex starts her first shift at Screen Time Arcade. She's got a lot to learn, but I think she'll manage. She's a natural at bringing community together. Wow, that was amazing visual novel. I liked it very much. Thank you so much for watching this video and sharing this lovely little story with me. Did you enjoy this visual novel? Who was your favorite character? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.